Welcome out to Bobcat TV tonight. We've got a matchup between the Diamond Ranch Diamondbacks and the Penguin Bobcats here. I'm accompanied by Slater Matthews.
The tip is going to Penguin. It looks like they're going to pass it into Parker. Back to Ian. We go back to Parker. Into Ian. Out to Dayson. Down to Trey. Trey cuts out to Parker. Cross to Ian. Ian to Trey. Trey loses the ball. It is Diamond Ranch basketball. Diamond Ranch sends him the ball with Jesse Jaffe bringing it down court. Down, deflected by Trey. McCoy grabs the ball, bringing it up court. Down to Parker, back out to McCray. Over to Ian. Ian out to Dayson. Nobody, he shoots. Good!
Bringing up the floor, Jesse Jaffe here, as seen on Bobcat TV. Pick is set in the corner, number 2. Shot by 42, Borden Sykes. Rebound, Dayson Houston. Ian Anderson brings it up court. Pass on the wing to Dayson. Shot is up, rims out. Ian pulls around the rebound. Deflected, and Diamond Ranch heads the other way. Shot is up by number 5, Nick Johnson. Rebound, Nick Johnson out top into number 3, Kyle. Drives hard, pushes off, puts up a 10-footer, no good. Barney pulls down the rebound. Timeout called by Coach Barney. Well, Slater, we've had a minute here to see the opening. What do you think?
You can already tell this is going to be a very fast-paced game. They've been up and down the court quite a few times, and they've only made one bucket. That one bucket goes to Dayson, who nailed it from the three-pointer. We've seen multiple attempts from both teams, and neither have been able to sync up anything other than the 1-3. It looks like, they're playing fairly easy-going ball. It's not pressed at this point. I guess we'll see what the game has to bring. The timeout is over, and it looks like Penguin will inbound it. Ian dribbles down the court. Now you can tell, it looks like both Penguin and Diamond Ranch are playing the 3-2 zone for defense. Into Ian, he cuts, the basket is no good. Rebound by Bowen Sykes, he sends it out to Kyle Proctor, who then dishes it to Ryan Gardner. Back to Kyle, he dives in, no good. And it looks like that's going to be jump ball or foul. Did you see that? It looks like that was jump ball in favor of Diamond Ranch.
End of the game, Connor Anderson, number 2. Inbound Diamond Ranch. Ooh, Barney takes it down the interception. Loose ball goes to Anderson on the wing. Down below, McCray taps for 2. (5-0) here with 5 minutes 30 left in the first quarter. Jaffe at the top of the key, dribbles right. Number 5 down low. Nick Johnson for 2. Parker on the wing, back out top to Dayson, into Barney. Barney goes left, tries to find a shot, goes up and is blocked. Diamond Ranch ball headed the other way. Up by Nick Johnson, no good. Dayson pulls down the rebound.
Dayson dribbles it down court to McCray. He's on the wing, back to Dayson. Dayson pumps into Trey. Trey takes the post shot, no good. Out to Dayson for the offensive board, over to McCray. Back into Dayson, into Trey, and he drives And we will go to the line for the conversion.
Possible three-point conversion here for Trey Barney, correction, as he heads to the line. Ian Anderson back in the game for Connor. Just like that, brother to brother. What do you think of that, Slater?
It's kind of depressing they don't get to play together, Jensen. And he gets the three-point conversion. That means the Penguich is 100% from the line. Jesse Jaffe brings it down the court. Looks to drive. No good. He's calling for teammate for the screen. He goes in, pumps, passes it in. The drive is good. That bucket goes to number 3, Kyle Proctor. Over to McCray. McCray passes to Ian. Ian over to Palmer. Palmer, the pass is deflected, out of bounds. Penguich ball. So far, Penguich and Diamond Ranch have maintained the fast-paced basketball, and still it's only 8-4. Off Dayson. Oh, looks like it's off Bowen Sykes' foot. It will stay Bobcat basketball. Inbound pass is deflected by number 3, Kyle Proctor. Out to Anderson, back to Houston, over to Barney. Barney pump fakes, drives, shoots, basket is good. Diamond Ranch inbounds to bring it down the court. So far, Penguich leads 10-4 with. Diamond Ranch.
Brings up the court. Sykes for 2. No good. Houston pulls down the rebound. We're headed the other day. Up the court to Tabs, deflected out of bounds.
It looks like Diamond Ranch is pretty good at deflecting passes. Penguich is going to need to keep it on the ground if they want to keep the ball. However, Diamond Ranch has hit out of bounds quite a few times. Trey takes the jumper. It's good.
Trey Barney here I have for 7 unofficially here in the first quarter. Going to have to find an answer for him, Slater.
Number 1, Jesse Jaffe with the attempt. He was looking for a foul. No good. It's Penguich basketball. Penguich is definitely taking their time with the ball now. Ooh, pass was almost deflected. Passed into Trey. Trey pump fakes again. Goes in, another 2 points. Penguich is now up by 10 at 14-4 here in the first quarter. With just under 3 minutes to go. Over to number 2, Ryan Gardner out. It's now into Nicholas. He shoots, no good. Foul is called.
Johnson to the line here. First one, good. 3 for Johnson here just in the first quarter. 14-5, Penguich with 2:31 left to play here in the first. Second, rims out short. Loose ball, Palmer picks it up. Foul's called. Dayson on the wing. Trey at the high post. Spins, pump fakes. Back out to Houston up top. Running a little spread here, looks like. Into Trey at the post. Back out to Houston. Into Trey. Goes up. Offensive foul is called. Diamond Ranch ball.
Two minutes remain in a battle that is definitely Penguich's. Number 1, Jesse Jaffe brings it up court again. He's calling for help. Passes it out to number 2, Ryan Gardner. He holds the ball. Parker Palmer is pressing him. Out to number 42, Bowen Sykes. He holds. Back to number 2. He drives. Bucket is good.
Ian for 2, pulls down his rebound. Jassy grabs the ball, heads up court. Number 3 out top. Into Sykes at the post. Fakes, goes up, good for 2. Diamond Ranch with a quick comeback here, 14-9. Palmer on the wing. Back out to Anderson. Dayson on the wing. Palmer in the corner. Back out to Houston. Dayson at 3. He'll take it. No good. Jaffe headed the other way with just 45 seconds left to play here in the first. Into Sykes at the post. Back out. Back out to Sykes in the corner. He'll pull the 3 ball. No good. Dayson on the wing, drives hard, goes up, good. 22 left to play. Looks like Diamond Ranch will take their time and go for one last shot here in the first.
Penguich is definitely playing some hard ball right now. Ian is pressing number 5, Nicholas Johnson, and he is driving. The shot is up. It's an air ball. Dayson gets the rebound. He is on the ground. Looks like a travel. 2.8 seconds remain. Ball's passed inbounds, and he holds. Fires. Shot no good. That'll end it here for the first quarter. 16-9 is the score as Diamondbacks trail by 7.
First quarter here, we've seen the pace of the game. Looks like we're going to go get them all game from the looks of it, Slater. I have Trey Barney for 9 unofficially, Houston with 5, and McCray with 2. On the Diamond Ranch side, I've got Gardner for 2, Proctor 2, Johnson 3, Sykes 2. A little more spread out. Back to start the second quarter here. Alternating possession arrow in favor of the Bobcats. And bounce goes into Ian drives. Looks for help. Dayson cuts the basket. Hard enough for 2. Rims out. Up the floor. Gardner puts in 2. 4 for Gardner this far in the second quarter. Palmer on the wing. Into Barney at the high post. Drives. Up and good. Diamondbacks trail by 7 with 7 left in the second quarter here. McRae heads the other way. Barney at the 3, drives in. Hard to the basket, no good. Diamond Ranch pings her up the floor. Number 5, Johnson. Over and back violation here. I think Gardner tried to throw her back to Johnson back there, not realizing he was past the half-court line.
We got number 24, Ian Anderson, brings up the floor to Houston. Dribbles over to McRae, over to Palmer in the corner. He holds, passes back. You'll notice that Penguich does a lot of passing in their offense, where Diamond Ranch really just goes for the shot all on their own. Palmer misses the bucket really close. Kyle Proctor brings up the floor, passes it back to Jesse Jaffe as he'll bring it up the court. Penguich does a lot more passing, where Diamond Ranch does a lot of dribbling and then shooting. There's a foul called. It looks like it'll be on number 32, McRae Tebbs, and Jesse Jaffe will go to the line.
Well, number 32, McRae Tebbs. Jaffe to the line.
So far, he has no buckets to his name, so this could be a chance for him to score. Shot is no good. Looks like they'll be substituting in number 13, Marcus Kujua. Don't know if I'm saying that right.
Next one's good for Jaffe. Anderson brings her up the floor. On the wing to Houston. Out top to McRae. Palmer in the corner. Houston straight at the high post. Looks like for something here as Parker turns into Barney. Back to Palmer in the corner. Diamond Ranch has got the Penguich Bobcats straggling here. Out to Anderson at the 3. He got it. First bucket for the Anderson here. Jaffe brings it up the floor. 5 minutes left to play here in the second. 21-12. Picked by Sykes. Goes hard up with the 15-foot jump shot. No good. Houston headed the other way. Left hand to Parker. No good. Proctor will bring her up the floor. In the corner. Gardner up. No good. Looks like he was looking for the foul there. And we're back headed the other way just as quick as that.
Trey drives in. The bucket is good.
Last bucket by Trey. Looks like it prompted Diamond Ranch to call a quick timeout here. 5:01 left in the second. We've got Trey unofficially for 13.
Yeah, it looks like without Trey, this would be a really close game. He's been driving into hitting those same consistent jump shots all night long. He's scored 13, where Ian has 3, Dayson has 5, and McRae has 2. The highest score for the Diamondbacks is 4 with Ryan Gardner.
Big thanks to the camera crew here tonight on Bobcat TV. We've got Rebecca Holbrook running the main camera here. Josiah Sarles on the tech team. And R.E.M. Vader over here for supervision. Timeout, inbound here to Jaffe. Gardner out top, back to Jaffe, into Sykes. Out to the wing, number 3 drives in, good for 2. Proctor for 2 more, second bucket of this half. Diamond Ranch gonna throw a little pressure at the Bobcats here, see what that can do. Lob pass down to Trey, little shuffle to Parker, and he's up and good for 2. First bucket of the game for Palmer.
takes the bucket. It's good. That was a little bit deep. That gives Gardner a total of 7 points on the night. He's the leader for Diamond Ranch as Diamond Ranch reaches 17. The shot's fired over to Dayson. Dribble out to Palmer, over to Ian. Passes out to McCray. McCray passes into Trey. Trey fires. No good. Rebound to Diamond Ranch. Diamond Ranch, Jesse Jaffe pushes it up court. Takes 2 steps and he gets a good bucket. That puts him on the board with 3. Diamond Ranch still putting the hard defense on the Bobcats, giving them a run for their money. Trey dribbles in. Easy layup. Diamond Ranch dribbles it up the floor. Pass out to the wing. Dribble around. And it looks like a blocking foul will be called. That foul will go to Parker Palmer.
A little pressure here, Slaters. Created some offensive opportunities for the Bobcats. They've been able to get through it pretty quick.
As much as Diamond Ranch is trying to use it to get the ball back, it's almost hurting them even more as the Bobcats are scoring a lot faster this quarter. With 3 minutes left to play, Diamond Ranch is out. Throws it down in. 1 dribble, shots fired, no good. Rebound, and looks like he'll be going to the line for the conversion.
You know, I think Panguitch is going to have to keep the Diamondbacks off the offensive rebounds there. That offensive rebound could turn into a 3-point play here as Gardner snagged up that missed shot by Sykes and fouled on the putback. Missed. Houston pulls down the rebound. Pressure's coming at him. Barney dribbles through it. Takes it all the way into the paint. Palmer in the corner. Goes up for 3. No good. Rims out. Sykes to pull down the rebound and Walker up the floor. Got a defensive foul here. Jason Houston. 16 fouls for the Bobcats here. They played a little bit more of an aggressive half than the Diamondbacks show. Ready to inbound here on the bottom. Proctor brings it in into Jaffe. No good.
Palmer dribbles it up court. It looks like the Diamondbacks have abandoned their press. They get it back. Trey shoots. Oh, no, shoot. Passes it. Now he shoots. Foul is called. He will be headed to the line.
Foul number 42. Following Sykes. Barney will line.
First one's good. Looks like Jace Ayer will sub in for number 24, Ian Anderson. Second one is good. Jesse Jaffe brings it up court. Passes it out to number 2, Ryan Gardner. Out to the wing. Dribbles in, passes out, dribbles in again. Pass is fired back out. Pass is intercepted by Trey Barney. Trey brings it up the court, passes in, pass to Dayson. Dayson takes the shot, it's good. That gives Dayson 7 points for the night. Diamond Ranch now trails by 10 with just 2 minutes left in the second quarter.
Panguitch is scrambling here with 1:48 left in the second. Marcus drives hard and puts in 2. Pressure coming back at the Bobcats. Barney on the right side. Back to Tebbs. Tebbs dribbles up on the left side. Pressure comes at him from both sides. Pass deflected by Ayer. Picked up, Diamond Ranch ball. I think they scrambled through that press there, and Diamond Ranch got her, and offensive foul was called, and it'll be Bobcat ball headed the other way.
And see, that was a good recovery by Jace, as he didn't let the kid just get away with the ball. He didn't just try to get back and block him. He really fought the ball until the Bobcats ended up forcing a turnover. Parker inbounds it to McCray. McCray passes right back. The press is coming at them. Oh, pass is deflected out of bounds. It will still be Penguich ball. At least now they'll be on this half of the court, so they can't have a press.
All these past few minutes here, Slater, this press has actually created an offensive opportunity or two here for the Diamondbacks, so I'm curious to see how it does. Inbound goes to Barney. Dribbles out to three. Houston to Tebbs. Air in the corner. Into Houston, the high post. Back to Barney in the corner. Palmer out top. Air in the corner. Barney at the high post. Turns. Dribbles. Gets into the paint. 15-footer, no good. Air pulls down the rebound. He's blocked. Palmer pulls down his rebound and back up for two. Oh, rims in and out. Diamond Ranch headed the other way.
The Penguich crowd was obviously upset, thinking they had a goaltend. The shot is fired, missed by Diamond Ranch. Takes it back in. Bucket for two for number 3, Kyle Proctor. That makes 6 points on the night for him. Penguich passes, trying to get past his press. Blocking foul is called. Diamond Ranch now only trails by 6, when just moments ago they were trailing by as many as 10. Looks like the defense is just getting ever more aggressive on Diamond Ranch's part. They're now up to 5 team fouls, whereas Penguich hasn't got another one since Diamond Ranch is clear back at 2 team fouls. Penguich maintains their pass around the 3-point line play that they do most times around. They're looking to drain the clock so they can get one last shot to prevent Diamond Ranch from scoring more. Diamond Ranch is trying to push more defense on them. Passes out to Dayson. He goes down the baseline. It's deflected out of bounds. It will be Penguich ball with 4.2 seconds left in the first half.
Gonna run a quick inbounds here play, I think. Slater into Barney in the corner. Miss. Rebound. That'll end the second half. 31-25. As both teams head into the locker room. We've got a good one here tonight, folks, and we'll tune back with you in Bobcat TV right after halftime. Thank you. Just about ready to head back here into the third quarter. We'll give some quick halftime stats. Any halftime entertainment due to the cheerleaders, most of them being gone to region wrestles. But end of the first half, I've got Dason Houston for 7, Palmer for 2, Trey Varney for 17, Anderson 3, Tebbs 2. That's it for the Bobcats. Jaffe 3, Gardner 9, Proctor 6, Johnson 3, Sykes 2. You know, this has been quite an active game. I've been very impressed with Diamond Ranch's defense, aggressiveness, and active hands. Seems like every time Penguins wanted to throw a pass somewhere in that press, Diamondbacks were right there. It's definitely a deciding game here. Current time, both Diamond Ranch and Penguins have the same record, so this will put one of the two teams ahead of the other in the region. Penguins is coming off of a win at Wayne County last night, and this is the second to last home game, just fouling next week.
Right now, the standings are fairly close for Region 20. You have Penguins that just trust Paiute by just 1 win, 1 loss, so 1 full game. You have Diamond Ranch that's tied with Penguins for the for the fourth place, and you have Wayne that's pretty close as far as catching them. It's anybody's spot at this point, and it really could have drastic effects when they take it to state. Overall, though, Diamond Ranch has won 7 games and lost 6. That's including region play and all other play, whereas Penguich has won 11 and lost 4. So, especially right now where Penguich is leading currently, it looks like this could be Penguich's spot.
Never know, Slater. We'll be ready to see what happens here. Anything that you think the Bobcats need to maintain in this second half to keep the lead?
They need a little bit of speed is really what they could use. They do pass around the ball a lot, and that has worked for them, but you can't just rely on Trey, because what happens when they Trey is, maybe he fouls out or maybe he's hurt. You've got to include the whole team. You can't be just dependent on your one guy. And it looks like we're just about ready to start in the third quarter, where the Bobcats are winning by 6 points. Possession is in favor of Diamond Ranch. Over to number 5, Nicholas Johnson. Back over to number 3, Kyle Proctor. He drives. Looking for an out. He's looking for an out. He passes into Sykes. Sykes. It's good.
Pressure coming at the Bobcats here. Dason Houston through the center, loses the ball, and Gardner heads up 4 into Sykes for 2. Tune in to Bobcat TV here. We've got a good one, folks. Pressure's coming, and Anderson called with the offensive foul, trying to get through that backcourt pressure.
Diamond Ranch is off to an amazing start. They just scored 2 quick buckets to put them within 2 of the Bobcats. We're only 38 seconds in, and so far they've cut the lead significantly. They inbound to Sykes. Looks like he's their power player for the moment. Another bucket. It's good. It is now tie game, and it's only been 44 seconds.
31-31. We've got a good one, folks. Sykes with 3 quick buckets within a minute of this third quarter. Diamond Ranch came out of that locker room ready to play, I'll say, Slater.
And here I was giving it to Penguich already before I even gave Diamond Ranch a chance. Looks like they have a lot more to offer than we thought, and it will be a contest of Penguich's ability to play. The full court press is really paying off for them right now, where Penguich hasn't even got the ball all the way down and in a settled position to look to score.
I agree. They're definitely going to have to find a way to get through that pressure. They're going to want to keep the lead in this game. Sykes, though, he must have came out of that locker room pretty hot. 3 quick buckets to tie it up.
You can tell that Diamond Ranch sent a clear message to the Bobcats, and it got them flustered really quick to the point that they had to call a timeout. McCray inbounds to Ian. They get it up court. They've got an open guy down low. Dayson drives, passes intercepted. Pass back out to number 3. He's dribbling down. Looks like he'll wait for the rest of his team to get there, which is a very, very smart move. Diamond Ranch is being very conscious of the ball. It looks like they've begun to move it a little more as well. They're not just driving in on their own and just popping the shot. They're keeping it at the wings. It looks like they're kind of taking a Penguich tactic. An opportunity for a give and go. Number 3 passes it up. Sykes goes for the bucket. No good. It's rebounded by Ian Anderson. He's looking to get it up. Pass is tipped. It is out of bounds. Looks like we've got a man down. Oh, or just upset.
Tipped out of bounds there by Gardner, and he took a spill to the floor. Looks like he's hurt his leg here. Mind you to tune in to Bobcat TV here. We're going to have us a good one. 31-31 with 6:37 left to play here in the third. See if Gardner's going to be able to make it up and continue, or if he's going to force to make a substitution. He'll make her up.
You can tell Diamond Ranch is really putting a number. As you can tell, coach is very, very upset. He's giving his players an earful. So let's see how they respond to his criticism. At this point, it's anybody's game. Penguich is looking to slow down the game. Pass out to Air. One dribble up, passes to Trey. Trey's in the corner. Looks like he'll take it up top, out to McCray. Dayson holds, dribbles. Near interception on the pass right there. Jace fakes the pass. Palmer back to Jace. To Houston. Houston's holding once again. To McCray.
This looks like they're unable to get through this 2-3 zone here for a minute. Force them to keep the ball around the outside. Dayson in the corner. Air ball, no good. Diamond Ranch will head the other way. Number 3 heads down the floor, puts it up for 2 and got it.
Diamond Ranch is on fire. They are leading the game. I believe this is the first time the entire game that they've led, and they just came back from a 6-point deficit. Looks like we have a foul here on the floor.
First time this game, the Diamondbacks take the lead here, Slater. Gardner will check back in. See if Penguich is going to be able to tie it back up as Anderson comes in for Houston.
The Bobcats are definitely having to rethink their offense as they're not getting as many opportunities as they'd like to shoot the ball. Bobcats continue to pass it around, looking for a good opportunity to get a quick bucket. At this point, a turnover could be critical. Ooh, bucket is missed by Air. Diamond Ranch takes the ball down the court very, very fast, misses the layup. Looks like the Bobcats are going to slow down the ball here.
Now Proctor went coast to coast there. Luckily missed out layup, or else Diamond Ranch would have took that lead again. Penguich will continue to take her around the horn, unable to penetrate through this 2-3 zone here. Proved to be very effective for Diamond Ranch. Barney in the paint, goes up, no good. Sykes, clear up the floor to Jaffe. Jaffe, back to Gardner. Gardner up and misses as Anderson heads the other way. Deflected and back to Johnson. To Sykes, down low, stuffed. Barney deflected that one, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Diamond Ranch already has 7 points in this quarter, and Penguich is still yet to score. This is not good news. We'll see how this will pan out, I guess, throughout the rest of the game. It's definitely a good one now.
7-0 run there, Slater. Penguich's going to have to find an answer for that.
And it may be hard to fight their momentum that they've gained. That may be one of the trickier things to, slow them down and to avoid this press and get it past it to the point that they stop doing it. That first free throw was no good by Sykes. Let's see what he'll get for number 2. No good. Looks like an offensive board shot back up. Another foul is called. Kyle Proctor will be going to the line.
2 free throws there right in a row, Slater. I think that if Diamond Ranch could continue to get the free throw line, it could be a good advantage for them. They didn't seem to get to the line much in that first half, and we've already had 2 shots here in the second. First shot's good by Proctor.
Second one was no good. McCray has the ball. It looks like another press. Can they get past it? Looked like the Bobcats had an answer for the moment. A foul is called. It will be taken baseline.
Foul number 3, Kyle Proctor.
Back to Barney off the rebound, and he'll go up and in for 2. Timeout for Coach Barney.
That will be Penguich's first bucket this half, halfway through the third quarter. Penguich trails by just 1, and still anybody's game at this point. Nobody's pulling ahead. Looks like Diamond Ranch's momentum has kind of slowed a little bit.
9-2 run here at the start of this third quarter. That little half-court traps proved to be very effective. They've got Penguins scrambling all over the place as they try to get the ball up through the active hands of the Diamondbacks.
And Penguins led by as many as 10 at one point, and Diamond Ranch just fought it through to the point that they were leading. It just goes to show, a little bit of extra effort can bring you within. And maybe that was just Penguins being complacent, saying we're ahead by 10. We have this game in the bag. That could have been part of it, but they just kind of became lazy in their routine. They've got this, and Diamond Ranch capitalized at the start of the half, and they took the lead.
First time in the game for sure, Slater. Jaffe up the floor. He'll pass to Gardner. Gardner on the wing. Deflected. Houston comes down with the loose ball. He'll head up the floor down to Tebbs for a left-handed layup, up and good. Penguins is able to get the deflection and the bucket out of it there. Jaffe into Sykes. Another deflection. Palmer tips it away. Out to Air on the wing. Houston in the corner. That's 2 quick possessions for Penguins they've been able to get. Into Barney. Barney will go up. Got it. Barney will head to the line. Penguins came out with a little fire and were able to steal 2 quick possessions from the Diamondbacks.
Looks like whatever coach said to them definitely worked. It was 33-34 just 35 seconds ago, so it was definitely a very, very quick run for the Bobcats. And Trey is able to get the and one.
Gardner up and in for 2. Barney down the floor, headed the other way. Houston is blocked. Loose ball here for a minute, and the kick's called on Diamond Ranch. (38-36), Diamondbacks trail by 2. Kick off the Diamond Ranch will give Penguins the inbounds here. Out top to Air. Corner to Barney. Out to Tebbs, back to Air, around the horn, Palmer in the corner. Air up top. Spreading her out here, looks like that's the Bobcat strategy.
Well, I think the reason that they're doing that too is because they have a zone, and Jason gets a good bucket there. The Bobcats are on a 7-2 run since the timeout. This game is going back and forth both ways. Let's see if Diamond Ranch has an answer. Shot is fired, missed, but then number 3 gets the offensive rebound and shoots it back in for a quick 2. Full court press is back on. Dayson gets the ball, passes it over to Trey. Trey drives, pump fake, shots fired, he gets it, and he'll be going to the line. Obviously very excited about this run. The Bobcats have now scored. Trey alone has 5 points since the timeout.
Yeah, Trey was able to get to the paint there, and it seems like every time he's managed to do that, he's been able to get to the free throw line for an opportunity of a 3-point conversion. He does it once again. 43-38 as Jaffe brings it up the floor for the Diamondbacks.
Looks like the Diamondbacks are kind of taking the Penguin strategy to slow it down. There's nobody on the other side of the floor until Jaffe brings the ball over. Dribble in by Gardner, missed shot. Dasenhausen takes down the board. He dribbles up, passes to Parker. Nobody's there. He takes the easy layup for 2. Diamond Ranch rushes it up the floor. Jesse Jaffe slows it down, passes it over to Gardner. Gardner into Sykes. Sykes passes it. Nobody answers. He's obviously very upset about that turnover that could be costly. Penguins is now 45. They're up by 7. And Jansen, as you were talking about earlier, when Trey gets down in the paint, Diamond Ranch actually has the size advantage, but somehow they're still able to score in the paint. Diamond Ranch gets the ball, takes it, scores. Timeout, Diamond Ranch.
Luckily, Penguich is able to turn around here at the end of the third quarter, come back from a deficit into the lead. Let a quick 2 go there by Gardner, where Bobcats only up by 5 with 1:09 left to play here in the third.
Yeah, this is a completely different team from what we saw for the first half of this quarter. Bobcats didn't score. I think they only scored 2 points in the first 4 minutes, and since then they've scored almost 11 points. It's a complete turnaround. That's a matter of 1 timeout, and Diamond Ranch obviously lost their momentum, and it looks like Penguich has gained a ton.
See if Diamond Ranch can get her back here, and tune back with you on Bobcat TV in just a minute. Back here with you on Bobcat TV. Pressure coming out of the Bobcats as they try to inbound. Barney heads up the floor through the pressure. Gets caught back court. Houston down clear to the other 3-point line. Back to Houston. In for 2. Diamondbacks are quick. They're already headed the other way. Jaffe tries to go out the top. Proctor drives into Johnson. No. Proctor pulls down the rebound and in for 2. 42-47, 38 seconds left in the third. Pressure coming at the Penguins Bobcats from all ends. Air dribbles across the timeline. Palmer on the 3-point line, no good. Pulls down his own rebound as a bounce back pick to him. Air for 2, good.
Penguich is definitely moving the ball more like they did in the first half. They scored quite a few quick buckets. And even though they've missed quite a few, they've been able to get back and defend Diamond Ranch from scoring too many. Passes over to the corner. It's a baseline drive. Drives in. It's a good bucket. Well, that'll do it for the third quarter here. Bobcats are now up by 5 when they were trailing by as many as 5 just at the beginning of the quarter.
Looks like since halftime, Diamond Ranch 19 points here compared to Panguich's 18. So Diamondbacks did slightly outscore them here in the third quarter. We'll see what the fourth quarter brings and tune back with you on Bobcat TV. Just about ready to tune back with you. We've had a little time to sink it in. Looks like Proctor's really hit some fire this second half. 7 quick points in the third quarter, unofficially that is. Inbounds, goes to Air in the corner. Barney drive at the high post. Back to Air. Air will take the three. No good. Sykes pulls down the rebound. Up to 5 to Johnson. Johnson's fouled. Quick rebound turn by Sykes there, and he was able to get it up the floor pretty quick.
Diamond Ranch inbounds. They pass it into Sykes. He's been a main force in the last quarter as well. The bucket is up. It's no good. Deflected. Dason Allison brings down the loose ball. Trey Barney brings it up the court. Let's see if Panguich will capitalize this time. They've taken a lot of three-point attempts and missed. Dason takes the attempt. It's good. That was a long two, but it still counts. 51-44. Diamond Ranch brings it up the court. And see, it really looks like Diamond Ranch has gone back to their old method. You have your number one, Jesse Jaffe, who just takes the ball, he dribbles in, and he shoots it, and they lose the ball immediately. They don't have time to, get set and get that right shot.
Proctor back in for the Diamondbacks here as the Bobcats lead by 7. 7-12 left in the fourth. Barney just past the timeline. Palmer on the wing. Tebbs up top. Back to Palmer. Into Barney at the high post. Back out. Looks like the pressure's still coming at him from every 8 directions later.
And yet the Bobcats seem to have an answer for everything Diamond Ranch is throwing at them. Occasionally they do get stumped, which is, to be expected, but they continue to press on and they still lead to this moment. Jace Air is getting a little bit of pressure. It looks like it will be a foul. Jesse Jaffe's obviously upset about that call, not really sure why he got it. Inbounded to Trey. Trey holds. Diamond Ranch is definitely playing some aggressive ball again. Of course, Panguich is keeping the ball very high. There's nobody down low. There's nobody on the baseline. That could be something that could get Diamond Ranch. They're playing very tough man-to-man. To Dason, he gets the bucket. It's good.
I have him for 8 unofficially in this second half, Slater. They're sure drawing Diamond Ranch out of that 2-3 zone. Proctor goes left. Fouled. He'll head to the line.
I don't know that I would have called that a shot. It didn't even go anywhere near the backboard, but they're going to give it to him. And as Jansen mentioned before, Proctor was a big driving force last quarter. He sinks the first one. And if it wasn't for Proctor and for Sykes, Diamond Ranch wouldn't even be anywhere near the Bobcats at this point. Second one is no good. Rebound by Trey Barney. Looks like there was a little bit of a push and shove down by Parker. Trey is all alone on the half for the Bobcats. He still manages to bring it up. Pulls up the ball down to Parker into Dason. Dason goes up. Out of bounds. No foul called. Obviously some upset parents, and you could tell coach is definitely getting into it at this point. guess he was angered at that last call, but you'll notice that even when the Bobcats are doing good, Coach always has that intensity. He's never happy, never complacent. He's always pushing them to go a little bit further, and I think that's one of the reasons that they can be, they can come back from something like this. Is as soon as they get back on top, they're not just going to give up and say, oh, okay, we're winning again. Pass was stolen by number 3, Kyle Proctor. He takes it up court. Pass down into number 1, Jaffe fires, no good. Sykes rebound. That was a crazy shot. I don't know if you saw that, but he just kind of tapped it and it went in. By some stroke of luck, he managed to score. Passes down to Trey, nearly out of bounds. Trey drives, passes to Dayson. Dayson fires, no good. Looks like Diamond Ranch secured a rebound. They pass it up to Jaffe. Jaffe fires, no good. He's had a lot of missed buckets, but he continues to fire it up, and that could be one of the problems with Diamond Ranch right now.
Barney up the floor, back out to Palmer, and it's stolen away again as back it down the court to Jaffe, and he puts up a quick 2 for the first bucket of the second half. Slater, as you mentioned, Sykes was able to get in there and get some good putbacks, being 6'6". He's got everybody here by 6 or more inches, I'd say.
Yeah, and that's incredible that they can still score in the paint with someone as big as he is. I mean, he's got a serious advantage, and time after time, Trey Barney, who's been matched up with him a lot, has been able to score. It looks like right now he's matched up with Jace Ayers, so I guess we'll just have to see how that pans out for Jace. Obvious size difference there. Trey dribbles in. It looks like an offensive foul.
A little bump off there by Barney, gets the offensive foul called, and might give Diamond Ranch a little momentum here as they head the other way, 53-49. 4 minutes left to play here in the fourth.
Diamond Ranch is going to have to move the ball the way they did at the beginning of the third quarter if they're going to look to score. It looks like it's passed into Sykes. He shoots no good. Diamond Ranch is still trying to recover. Trey takes the ball. There is Bobcats open all up the floor. Diamond Ranch struggling to get back. Parker takes the oh, no good. Looked like he towed the line. Jace gets a bucket.
Jaffe will bring it up the court after that bucket by Air. He'll take it right into the paint. Spin move. Goes left, and he's fouled. McCray Tab's obviously not happy about that one. We'll send Jaffe to the line for 2. 55-49 here.
And see, once again, he's firing up buckets, just hoping to draw a foul. What it does for them, in turn, is it stops the clock. It gives them an opportunity to score. But I think what really needs to happen is they need to start moving the ball, and he should probably take fewer shots and allow other teammates to have an opportunity to score.
You do mention, Slater, he's doing a heck of a job getting into the paint there. He's been able to get at least that far.
Yeah, and it's a tough Bobcat defense, as we've seen. They've really been able to make a lot of turnovers. Not sure what the pause is on the floor, but we have a referee at the table.
Again, another shout out to the tech team here. We got the main camera in action, and you can watch her here on Bobcat TV.
Looks like our play will resume. Jaffe's at the line. I believe this is his third time this quarter, if I'm not mistaken. First one's no good. You can hear from Coach to box out. He's definitely trying to get Jace to push and sinks the second one. Diamond Ranch is within 5, as they have been for the majority of the game. Bobcats pass it down to McCray. McCray dribbles over to Parker. Jace in the corner, back to Palmer, to Tebbs. Tebbs holds it over to Howson. Howson drives, pops it, no good. Rebound goes to Sykes. Sykes throws it up the floor. Out to number 3. Fake. Oh, looks like we have an offensive foul.
Proctor threw that pass into Sykes, kind of bumped him there, and offensive foul's called. Luckily, the ref was watching right there. Timeout for Penguich, 55-50 here. 3 minutes left to play here in the fourth. We've had an interesting second half here. For Penguich, I have Dayson Houston really showing up with 8 points. Trey Barney with another 8. And Jace there with 2 quick buckets. On the Diamond Ranch side, Sykes, 8 points. Proctor, 8. Gardner, 4. Jaffe, 3. All unofficially here, Slater.
And see, right now, Penguins does have a pretty snug little lead for it this far into the game, but as you will remember at the beginning of the third quarter, Diamond Ranch trailed by 6 and quickly scored 3 good buckets to tie them up, and they eventually took the lead. So at this point, it's anybody's game. We have just over 20 seconds for the timeout to be over. Looks like Dayson's got a little bit of a hobble. I don't know if that's just him being tired or if he hit it. Who knows? Maybe he's injured. Still playing. It will be Bobcat basketball.
Diamond Ranch is ready to throw the pressure back at the Bobcats here. It's proved to be effective for time or two. Barney up the floor to Houston. Just past the timeline. Palmer on the wing. Air in the corner. Back out top to Palmer. Tevz up top. Barney at the high post. Turns. Unable to go anywhere. Back to Houston. Barney to the basket. Up and good for 2. That was a pretty good move there by Barney.
Well, and for the most part, he was uncontested until he got right to the basket, so he had an easy drive. Diamond Ranch is passing into Sykes. It's a give and go. Goes for the bucket. Foul is called. No good on the bucket.
Send number 13, Marcus Kuha, to the line for first time this game.
Good job, Bill Knight.
First one's good.
Every point for Diamond Ranch right now is critical, and from the line really could be their way to win this. That was a very short and off to the right shot. Takes the 3, no good. Lucky for Penguins, they get the board. Trey brings it down. Pass up to McCray really quick. Looks like he'll be going for a layup, and it's good. And see, McCray's come alive a lot in the game towards the end, whereas he wasn't quite as active in the beginning. He was still there passing it around, but he's starting to take more and more buckets. Ball is tipped backcourt by Dayson. Proctor dribbles in. Looks like a foul will be called. That makes 18 fouls for the Bobcats.
Any foul at this point will send him to the line. We've had quite an aggressive half here, so fouls are up. Bobcats with 9, Diamondbacks just at 6. One more, and the Bobcats will start to be headed to the line for 1-1. Proctor misses the first. Houston pulls down the rebound. Even with the missed shot, Diamond Ranch is able to give a little pressure. Barney throws the pass out of bounds on his way to Houston. Looks like he saw the opening for Houston there, but Houston was not quite ready for that pass coming.
And it kind of looked like he pulled back his hands almost as if he was trying to make it look like Diamond Ranch made it go out of bounds. Jaffe drives again. He's stuck, passes it out to Marcus. Marcus shoots the hook shot, bounces twice, no good. Rebound, shot fired, foul called.
Luckily for Penguich, Diamond Ranch hasn't been able to capitalize on those free throws, but they've sure been getting a lot of offensive rebounds and getting to the line. I think that could really prove to be an advantage here in a crucial time.
Well, first one is good. I don't know, though, because when you're watching it, Diamond Ranch really hasn't hit many of their free throws. It could just be missed opportunities on Diamond Ranch's part. As much as it could be fatal for the Bobcats, it hasn't done much so far. Second one is no good. Rebound by Trey Barney. He pulls it down. His jersey was pulled down a little bit, too. Out to Parker. To McCray. McCray's up in the top corner. Out to Jace. And see, Jace has a serious size difference with his defender, and he's doing fairly well even with him. Parker drives to the basket, uncontested, and gets the layup.
I think that definitely helps to draw Sykes out of the middle. It's been able to create some offensive for the Bobcats. Diamondbacks call timeout here. But you mentioned, Slater, with that size difference, pulling Sykes out of the middle. I think that's a smart move by Penguich.
Yeah, as much as they are on the wings and they don't have a lot of opportunity for shots, as soon as they drive, they've got the shot because Diamond Ranch isn't there. I imagine at this point Diamond Ranch may be looking to take a zone off or zone defense to try and thwart that plan or that idea.
We'll see what happens here. Just a little bit left to play here in the fourth. Bobcats 61, Diamondbacks 52. We'll tune in back into Bobcat TV in just a minute. Ready to tune back in with 1:30 left to play here in the fourth. It's anybody's game. Foul called as the Bobcats lead by 9. Gardner will head to the line.
We had a very upset Panguitch crowd, which is very typical anytime anything is called against their team. It doesn't matter if they really did foul. Panguitch will be upset that it's called. We definitely like our aggressive basketball. First attempt is fired. It is good. They are really good with their first attempts, but they can't seem to capitalize on their second attempts. And maybe that's their plan, is to get the offensive rebound, because they have been doing very well at that. Second one is good. That puts Diamond Ranch at 54, trailing by 7 with just a minute and 25 to go. Trey gets the ball, passes the defender. His defender is hot on his trail. Gets right up in his business. Jay's nobody on him. Trey, looks like a foul will be called. That will send him to the line. He was shooting 1-and-1. Both teams have been playing really aggressive, where they have a lot of fouls. 10 fouls for the Bobcats, 7 fouls for Diamond Ranch. First one is good. Second one in and out. Diamond Ranch looks to bring the ball up the floor very quickly, hoping to capitalize. Jaffe takes a 3, and he's taking a lot of attempts at shots tonight. They get an offensive rebound. That goes to Nicholas Johnson. Fires it into Sykes. Sykes takes it, nearly dunks it, gets a good bucket. Just under a minute to go. 6-point difference. Trey brings the ball up the floor. Looks like a foul will be called.
It's sure go time for the Diamondbacks here. I think they realize that, and they're ready to get down the floor and get some shots up. 6-point difference here, 52 seconds left in the fourth. And we'll send Barney to the line into the 1-and-1 here still.
But if you do remember, once again, back to the beginning of the third period, in 45 seconds, they managed to score a good 3 buckets to put them up. It's still, I mean, the way that they have played, they could pull this off. First one was good. Second one, good as well. Bobcats are now up by 8. Diamond Ranch brings the ball back to the floor. Jaffe's got the ball, dribbling, passes into Sykes. Sykes, one dribble, no foul called, gets a good bucket, 58-64. Bobcats get the ball in. The full court press is still on. Trey dribbles. Timeout is called.
We got some sure intensity on the floor here, Slater. We're Diamondbacks, they want this one just as bad as Panguitch does.
And it looks like they haven't quite given up yet, that they will fight it till the bitter end.
Again, Sykes has caught some fire here in this second half. Another 2 quick buckets here towards the end of the fourth. I've got him for 12 unofficially, 14 for the game. And Trey Barney has almost been able to match that at 11. About ready to play here. Buzzer rings and we're ready to inbound. I imagine Diamond Ranch will come back at him just like always with that aggressive press. see what they can manage in this 35 seconds.
Diamond Ranch not necessarily running a press, but a man-on-man. Quick foul, 34.3 seconds. It's going to be one of those games where it all comes down to who can shoot better at their free throws. First one, no good. Sykes gets the rebound quick up the floor. Diamond Ranch trying to capitalize as quickly as possible. No time for any shenanigans. Air ball on the three-point line. Pass up to Dason. The Bobcats trying to get the ball away so that they don't get fouled as quickly so they can run out the clock. Foul goes to Nicholas Johnson on McCray Tebbs. McCray will be headed to the line for a 1-and-1.
Well, if that three-pointer were able to go in there, that sure would have been a game changer. We're 64-58 here with 17 seconds, looking in favor of the Bobcats as Tebbs goes to the line. First one's good. Seven-point lead here. We'll see if Diamond Ranch can have an answer. Second one's also good. Into Proctor, he'll bring it up the floor, take the three, no good. Barney pulls down the rebound, quickly fouled, and we'll head to the other end for him to foul. You know, at least Diamond Ranch has sure been able to foul quickly and try to get down the floor, just been able to get some points there, Slater.
Diamond Ranch coach, I've been watching him, he's very fired up. Oh, we got a good fight. Coach telling him to sit down. Referees are stepping in. Let's hope nobody gets thrown out. Have to call in reinforcements to calm them down. That got intense very, very quickly. Referees going over to the Diamond Ranch coach. He's giving him an earful. I can only imagine what it's like being a referee in a game like this, Jansen. Getting a lot of crap for just doing your job.
Both teams here for sure want to win, and we're playing some aggressive basketball. Tune in to Bobcat TV. If you're not, you're sure missing a good one.
At this point, though, I think the Diamond Ranch coach really shouldn't be as fired up as he is where they are down by 8 points. As much as you want to say they still have a chance, in all reality, they don't. I mean, it's just too large of a deficit, and he should just realize that at this point the Bobcats have outplayed them. Trey goes to the line. It's a good. Bobcats now pull ahead. They're up by 9. Just 10 seconds left to go. Second one is good. Diamond Ranch calls a timeout. Even in a game where they are down by 10, they are still trying to play it as if they are very, very close.
Barney here I have for 30 points unofficially. He's sure been able to get into the paint and make his free throws this game. It's been a good advantage for the Bobcats. Other than that, Dason Houston I have chipping in for 15. Palmer with 6. Anderson 3. McCray 8. And Air 4. Jaffe we're looking at 6. Proctor 14.
The Bobcats are ready to take the floor. Diamond Ranch still kind of wary of where to go. But there's really not much you can do in 10 seconds, but let's see what Diamond Ranch can do to capitalize on what they have left. Jaffe's dribbling. He looks like he's running out the clock. Not even gonna fire a shot. That'll do it here for us tonight. The Bobcats win by an even 10, 68-258.
Got a heck of a game here, Slater. We'll report what we have stats-wise. Dason Houston 15, Palmer 6, Barney 30, even 30. Anderson 3, McCray 8, Air 4, Jaffe on the Diamond Ranch end for 6. Gardner with 16. Proctor with 14. Johnson 3. And Sykes 14. Thanks for tuning in with us. Any final thoughts, Slater?
I was just going to say, good job to Diamond Ranch for definitely giving Panguitch a run for their money. There for a while, Panguitch really did just get complacent, and they got a big, rude awakening. And it really could help them better themselves for, when they go to compete for the state title.
Made sure they were ready to play there, I'll say. Again, thanks for tuning in to Bobcat TV. We'll see you next time.